So you were in a car park, sat in your car, safe in the knowledge that a traffic warden can't possibly issue a ticket while your grinning face is staring through the windscreen at them. But then, they did. Let's take a look at the laws concerning car parking, whether being sat in your car actually prevents you getting a ticket, and a few good excuses that might work in your favour. So there are 3 common reasons that a ticket could have been issued. Either you simply didn't pay to park, you stayed longer than you paid for, or you parked somewhere you shouldn't have. Double yellow lines, for instance. All 3 of these possible parking contraventions simply require the presence of an offending vehicle for a ticket to be issued. So whether you were out shopping, sat in your car, or breakdancing on the roof rack makes no difference to whether or not you could actually get a fine. In fact, it's quite common for people to sit in their cars with the intention of driving away from a space should a traffic warden appear. However, with CCTV and automatic number plate recognition, warden or no warden, in your car or out, you still might get a ticket show up through the post. So in short, yes, you can get a parking ticket whilst in the car, and you can still receive a fine even if a traffic warden was nowhere to be seen. But thankfully, there are a few good excuses that you might be able to use to appeal against your parking ticket. Many people don't realise that there's now a 10-minute grace period for car parks in order to give motorists time to get to their car and exit the car park. If you received your ticket for overstaying the time that you paid for, whether you were sat in the car or not, then it's worth checking if you were within that 10-minute grace period. If your ticket is accusing you of only being less than 10 minutes over your time, then you should have good grounds for an appeal. Another good reason for possibly being in a vehicle too long is if a breakdown forced you to wait for a mechanic or recovery service to arrive. So long as you have an invoice or a note from the mechanic or some other evidence that there was a genuine breakdown, then this could well be enough to get you out of paying your ticket. In a similar vein, if somebody else's breakdown or an emergency vehicle or something else outside of your control was blocking you from exiting the car park, then you shouldn't have to pay. Some of the usual parking rules are different if you have a blue badge and display it clearly on your windscreen when you park. For example, blue badge holders can park on double yellow lines for up to 3 hours in some cases. If you have a blue badge and had it on display when you were parked, you might want to check that you actually broke any parking laws. Whichever excuse you're using, the hardest part is writing the actual appeal letter itself. Writing your letter can be daunting. It's hard to be totally sure what to say. A popular option is to consult a solicitor who can help to make your appeal airtight. There are many online solicitors that work out cheaper and easier than meeting in person. JustAnswer, for example, only costs £5 for a trial, and I know a guy who saved £271 on his ticket doing this. I've linked that offer in the description, and if you use that, you'll also be supporting Money Nerd, so thank you.